Beautiful. What is going on, everyone? My name is Javier Carlin. So excited to be here with you in the online business growth secrets for health experts community. Today, we have a very special guest, Jenna. Jenna is going to be sharing some gold with you today. We're so excited to have you here and so appreciative for you doing this for our community. You know, one of the big things that we know many of you who are in this group struggle with is finding the time. Right. And you know, in business, when we're using social media and business in general, there are so many things that we need to keep track of, so many things that we have to make sure get done. And we're always looking for the best, you know, software, the best tools that we can add into our business to really streamline the process for us and also give us back our time. So, you know, I personally have used so many different tools specifically for Facebook in the past. And while they were good, what we're going to show you today, what Jenna's going to show you today, blows everything else out of the water. So if you're ready to supercharge your social media strategy, let us know, put a ready in the chat below, and we're going to get this party started. So Jenna, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, super excited. So I'm going to like really just jump in. Javier has kind of given me like full capability to just like jump in and give you guys a crazy training. So I won't be able to see your comments coming in because I'm not in the group, which by the way, I guess I should be, so I can see all the goodness that you're sharing with your clients. But if there's anything that you want me to pause on or answer questions around, please just like stop me at any time. And I'll be able to like walk through that with you guys and make sure that I am not going too fast. So as he mentioned, I'm Jenna Larson. I'm the founder and coach at Drive Performance Coaching, as well as the co-creator and owner of GroupTrack CRM, which is the first and only like full social CRM. As he mentioned, there are other tools out there definitely that compete with what we do, but I will tell you what they are is very different than what we are providing here. This is kind of like the top of the line, get everything in one package type of tool. And so we're really excited to share it with you. The thing is though, guys, a tool is worth nothing without a strategy, right? You're not going to just go get this tool and expect that all of a sudden millions of clients are going to come find you and all the things are going to happen. It really needs to have a strategy running it behind it. So I'm going to share with you guys some of the strategies that we teach in order to really turn your social media into a client getting machine. And we're going to teach you the strategy plus show you how to use the tool that we're talking about, which is GroupTrack. So I'm going to walk you guys through kind of the secrets that I give my clients. So you guys are in for a treat today. And I'm actually like going to fully share my screen and like do this like a legit hardcore training that I would do with anyone in my own community. So super excited.
Yeah.
So oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, yeah, let's get it.
Okay, awesome. So the good news, like, let's just talk about that for a second. If you are someone who is using social media as a mechanism to get your products and services in front of many people, there's a lot of great opportunities. And I think, you know, we look at Facebook in particular, when you see how many people are on the actual system or platform itself, it's actually crazy. So I'm going to screw up the statistic, but basically, if you take all of the users on Facebook and you put them in like their own country, it would actually be the largest country on the planet. So when you think about the amount of people on there that have the potential to see what it is that you're selling, it's kind of crazy. And you really think like, whoa, there's lots of opportunities, right? So the reach is crazy. And what's even cooler with this platform is that you can really segment down. They've created these communities. That's a major function and focus of the platform so that you can get in front of your ideal clients. And the really, you know, the idea here is if we use social media, the beautiful thing is that we get to make an impact. And I know that all of you, especially in the fields you're in, your goal is to transform lives, right, through your products and services. And so again, the opportunities to do this using social media are pretty amazing, right? But guess what? There's bad news that comes with it as well. The challenge is like, yay, there's so many people that we get to reach, right? This is a good thing. However, promoting on social media, literally like posting your stuff, showing up, even going live, doing the things, does not mean that hundreds of your ideal clients find you, the right people join your communities, that they actually show up, engage, comment, and participate on your posts or follow your call to action. And worst of all, it doesn't actually mean that they buy what you sell, right? We always like to remind people, likes, comments do not equal dollars in your bank account. And I know that that's really frustrating because people spend a lot of time and energy of like, oh my gosh, I have this big social media, marketing strategy and all the things. And it's like, we work so hard to do it, but the results don't always show and people get really, really frustrated. I'm not sure if you see that much in your community, Javier, but it's certainly some of the things that my clients struggle with all the time. Like, I did all this stuff, but no one converted, right? It can feel very, very frustrating. So what I want you guys to imagine is if you had a strategy and a system that work together to nurture and convert these people on rinse and repeat without losing time, energy, leads, all the things, okay? So I'm going to share with you guys a little bit of the strategy, but really share more so of how we execute the strategy using the tool. So the strategy that we teach at Drive Performance Coaching, where, like I said, we teach you how to monetize your genius, is by creating a compelling offer, connecting in communities, and having strategic conversations. We do this strategy in conjunction with the tool that we're going to be sharing with you guys today, which is GroupTrack, right? It's the idea that we want to do all these things. We want to find our ideal client. We want to nurture them. We want to talk to them. We want to have conversations. But if we're not putting them in a pipeline or a system, right, and systematically working them through your rinse and repeat steps, you're literally going to lose your mind, right? It's a lot of conversations. That's a lot of things to remember in your head. And you don't want to be that person that's driving down the highway and oh my God, I forgot to message Sally back. You know what I mean? If you guys are watching this live or catching this in the replay, let us know in the comments, how often have you had that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, I literally forgot to do this thing. And what happens is when we don't show up for our leads, guess what? They assume that's how we're going to show up as their, once they buy from us, right? So it's like, look, you can't even message me back. What's going to happen when I'm your client, right? And so we know this, and then we get in our heads and we're like, oh my gosh, I didn't message her back. And now she's going to think I'm a flake. And then we do nothing. And then we get no clients and we're not converting, right? So it can be very, very frustrating. So this system is vital to go with the strategy. And that's really what we're going to focus on. But I want to just share some high level strategy things to drive what you put in the system. So the first thing, and I'm going to breeze through this because this is a little bit more like hardcore coaching than you're probably prepared for today, but we want to start with your compelling offer, right? This is the thing. What is it that you sell? How do we speak to the problem it solves and the goal it helps them achieve? Once we're really clear on this, then we can start our social media strategy. What I see a lot of times is that people really focus on what they sell. I sell this course. I sell this tool. I sell this product. And guess what? No one wants to buy a product. No one wants to buy your course. No one wants to buy your coaching program. They want to buy a transformation. And what's so important is that when we're speaking about what it is that we offer, that we speak about it in a way where our prospective client sees themselves in our journey, right? If they're going to join our coaching program, they need to be able to see themselves, be able to do the work and get the results. So it's really important that we speak to exactly what problem our product or offer solves and what goal it helps them achieve. So I just kind of want to put that out there as a basis. Again, I'm not going to go too much in depth in this today, but it's important as part of the strategy that we're going to be using, right? We don't want to be, and you guys probably see this all the time, where people are sending you links hey, buy my thing, or oh, you have a problem here, buy my thing. And it's that doesn't work. No one is buying your product. No one is buying your service. They're buying a transformation. And so it's super important that you get very clear on what problem your thing solves and what goal it helps them achieve, because people only buy to avoid pain or to get pleasure. And as we are making these offers to the people we bring into our system, it's super important that we speak to what problem it solves or what goal it helps our client achieve. Okay. So just be thinking about that as I kind of take you through these things. The next thing that we want to do, and this is kind of what we teach, is that we want to say, okay, now that we know what problem our offer solves and what goal it helps them achieve, who has this problem, who has this goal. That is going to be your ideal client. Now at Drive Performance Coaching, we call it your yellow car. So think about this, right? If you're driving around your community, how often do you see yellow cars? Probably never, right? But the thing is, if I were to say, but guess what? Every single yellow car has the potential to bring you $1,000. All of a sudden, you're going to be seeing yellow cars everywhere, right? And so what's really beautiful is that when we see the yellow cars, then we're going to be prepared to articulate our offer in a very compelling way because we understand their needs and can make sure that the messaging is correct, right? So the second thing that we want to be thinking about after we figure out who your yellow car is okay, we can either sit on the highway and hope and pray that a yellow car drives by and then we could chase it like a little puppy dog and be like, come on, yellow car, like, hold on, right? Or we could say, wait a minute, where do the yellow cars park? And I don't know about you, but I'd like to get in front of an entire parking lot full of yellow cars of people who are saying, I need exactly what it is that you sell. I know I need it. I have a timeline on when I want this to get this done. And I know what is at risk if I don't get this solution, right? Does that sound good, right? Don't we want to get in front of like the convention? Like, where do the yellow cars park? Let's go there. When I started my business, I did not have any ideal clients on my friends list. And so when I would post things like, hey, I'll give a complimentary call, or do you want this thing? No one would answer because my community at the time was not my ideal client. And so you can have the most amazing offer in the world, but if you're not in front of your yellow car and you're not articulating your offer in a way that speaks to their soul, they're not going to purchase. So one day, actually, and someone kind of did this for me, but it's a beautiful illustration. Someone was in a group that was literally my yellow car parking lot and said, does anyone know about a CRM or a follow-up tool and someone who teaches on it? At the time, I actually taught on a different CRM, which we've since kind of gotten rid of since now we have GroupTrack. But it was so crazy because client after client was like, oh my gosh, Jenna Larson, you got to talk to Jenna. She has this thing, right? That one post, one person asking for a solution in front of my yellow cars had it so 200 people joined my Facebook group that month and 140 people bought my coaching program in 1 month. So a $40,000 plus month because of one person in one yellow car parking lot that said, hey, I've got a problem. And people said, Jenna can solve it. So that is the power of really getting clear on who is your yellow car. And then going to pillar number 2, which is, hey, instead of just hanging out on the highway, we're going to figure out where the yellow cars park and we're going to go there. Okay. I'm going to show you in just a moment how we do this using GroupTrack. Okay. But again, a yellow car literally or parking lot is just a hub. It is a segmented group. And what Facebook does is allows us to have these communities, right? Where we can connect on common goals and, really get in front of tons of people who desperately want what it is that we sell. And it just increases our odds like in a crazy way, right? Has to be the right person, the right message, and the right offer. Using these communities is going to help us do that. So what I'm going to kind of talk you through and then I'm going to show you is how you can use Facebook in particular as these little micro communities so you can get in front of your yellow car parking lot. So the first one, we're going to talk about your communities. Okay, these are your yellow car parking lots. You own them. You get to make the rules. You get to seriously design how this looks, right? So the first one is your personal profile. And I know a lot of times, and I'm the first to be like, look, your sister, your mother-in-law, they're not your yellow car. Like, stop selling to them. They don't desperately need what it is that you sell, right? They buy because they love you. But guess what? They don't love you enough to keep paying you for years and years. What we want to find is yellow cars because those are the people who buy our stuff. They get results because they're committed to the process and they will buy and buy and buy and buy. So I say that, but then in the next breath, I'm going to tell you, but go look at your friends list, right? Because guess what? Even though your sister-in-law is not your yellow car, she's not your ideal client, stop selling to her. The beautiful idea here is that there are tons of yellow cars that actually are on your friends list, okay? So I'm going to actually share my screen for just a moment and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So we can think about your friends list as a community, right? And I know that may not be what you normally think about it as, but it really is. So what you're going to see here is that I'm just going to open up my friends list, and I clicked on my profile first, then I clicked on friends. Now, what you're going to see is that I actually have these little things next to my names on Facebook. And you might be thinking, but mine doesn't look like that. That is because I'm running our follow-up system, which Javier is going to share with you guys today, which is GroupTrack. The idea here is that you're going to click this little icon, which is our hero icon because it's here to save the day. And what that means is that our little icon is going to show up next to the people who are in your community, which is your friends list. And then what you're going to be able to do is add them to our system, which will then add them to what we call a pipeline. And remember, a pipeline is almost like a sales funnel. It's a rinse and repeat strategy so that you can take your friend from, hey, we're friends, to you're now my client, right? So when we think about it, it's A to Z. I just met you, you're my friend, I want you to buy my thing. What are the rinse and repeat steps that need to happen in between, right? So what you're going to see is when I click on our extension, here are those rinse and repeat steps I was just chatting about, right? A, I identified you as a lead, all the way down to Z, which is now you're a client in my Drive performance coaching business or my GroupTrack, right? But this is going to inform every single step that I need to do with each person, right? And so the other thing is I can go here, right? Like I know Chris is my husband. He's not my ideal client. I'm not going to bring him through those steps, right? So it's really amazing. I don't know about you guys, but like I think I'm literally maxed. Yeah, I have 4,999. I cannot have any more friends, right? So what I do is I truly use this as a leads list. Believe me, I get so many friend requests. And guess what? If I have room for them on my list, I add them gladly. Want to know why? Because typically, if you're friend requesting someone you don't know, it's because you have a business and you want to sell them something, right? And that's fair. And so while a lot of people get super annoyed that they get friend requests and they get cold messages, I'm like, sweet, bring it on. That's a free lead. Amazing, right? Because I know that I might be able to support you or partner with you better yet, right? I don't just shut them down and think like, oh no, you're prospecting me. I'm like, awesome. Maybe we can support each other. Maybe we can get in front of each other's communities. Maybe there's something we can do together, just like Javier and I are doing right now, right? So I will go over to my recently added, and this is going to tell me these are people that are likely leads, right? And so again, same thing. You can see I've got GroupTrack running. If you see that it says not tracked here, what that means is I'm already tracking them in one of my Facebook groups, which means I already know I'm taking you through a rinse and repeat system specific to the members of that group. Okay. So, but what this means again is all of these friends are being brought through my sales cycle, and I don't have to wonder where any of them are. So for example, let's take David here. David's not in GroupTrack. I don't actually know this man. He is just someone that friend requested me, right? So the question is, well, what are we going to do with David here? Well, I add him to my system. First, I put him in the stage that says identified as prospect. And actually, I'm going to open up my little CRM because I feel like I like this view a little bit better. And so what I'm going to do is just follow my steps, right? It's here for me. It informs exactly what I need to do. I don't need to send a friend request because I already know we're friends. He's on my friends list. But the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to send him a message. I'm going to put him in the stage that says being social. Okay. Now, if you're on my friends list, let's do something, right? Or let's not. Okay. So what you're going to notice here is when I stick him in this particular stage, it says this stage has a linked snippet. Do you want to review it and send it? And so every single person that I put in this particular stage of my process is going to get this message. What you're going to notice is it pulled his name. You guys saw, I did not just type this right now. This is part of GroupTrack, right? You're able to fill in your own messages. It's the messages you guys send over and over. Put them in your system so you never have to write them again. Okay, so I'm going to send him a message that says, thank you for reaching out to connect. I'm telling him exactly why I'm messaging him. And then I'm saying, what's the point of social media if we're not being social? I'd love to learn more about what you're up to so we can see if we can support one another. Not, how do you want to buy my thing, right? Because I don't know anything about this man. It is just, I'd like to learn about you so we can see if we can support each other. Because again, you might not be the right fit. You might not be a yellow car for me and what I sell, but maybe your audience is, right? So maybe there's an opportunity to partner. So I'm going to press send. And what's going to happen is GroupTrack is going to send this message from my personal Facebook Messenger into his, okay? This does not go through your business messenger. This is all done through personal. And then I'm going to go to the next person and do the same thing, right? Anybody else? So Mary, add to GroupTrack. What's the point of social if we're not being social, and so forth. And I'm just going to nudge those conversations. Now, at some point, if they don't engage, no worries. But if I don't actually know you and we're not connecting and we're not moving forward, I will probably delete them off my friends list. And again, I literally use my friends list as a community of leads. And my job is to uncover, are you my yellow car or are you not? And if you're not, that's okay too, right? I love you all. But that's really the goal, okay? So friends list, an amazing place to start, okay? Second place, and not only the friends list, but you guys can use your personal like thread too. Just want to mention that really quickly. So if I'm scrolling just on my feed here and I see someone that I think would be potentially a yellow car, same thing, I can run GroupTrack. I can add you to GroupTrack and start bringing you through my rinse and repeat steps, okay? Now, the other community that I want you guys to think about is your business page. Now, what's really interesting is I know a lot of people get frustrated with the business page and they're like, ugh, it's crickets, no one engages, no one does anything, and that's okay. So I want you to think about your business page is like the exterior sign to your brick and mortar store. If you drive by Carl's Jr. or you drive by a yoga studio or you drive by a gym or whatever, you're not typically honking your horn when you're passing, right? You just drive, but you're like, oh yeah, there's the gym, right? And so same thing with this. What we need to do though, guys, is put the little man on the corner with the spinny sign that's like, come on in, right? Like we have to proactively get the people to stop driving by our business and get them to come inside. The inside is going to be our Facebook group, okay? So want to show you just really quickly. Of course, anybody who is engaging here on your actual business page, we can add them to GroupTrack. So for example, here is my masterclass that I do once a month. You can see there are 426 comments. When they comment, I know, hey, you're probably my yellow car because you attended a masterclass on a particular topic I help people with, right? So same idea here. Every single person who comments, I can go through, I can add them to GroupTrack and follow up appropriately. Okay, so this does work on your business thread. The only place it does not work is in your business page messenger. Okay, although I have a feeling at some point that will change. So in case you guys don't know, one of the sneakiest things that you guys can do is you can go over to the settings on your business page and then click on people and other pages. Do you guys know this? Do you know this, Javier? Is this breaking news to you or do you already know this?
So I know you can do this piece, but I'm not sure where you're going now. So
okay. This is exciting. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys, this is an entire list. It is a community of people who have physically taken the time to raise their hand and say, I will like your business page. They're a whole lot more yellow than someone who doesn't, right? So to me, this is a lead list. Why are we not working it, right? And so the thing that we want to be doing here is working these people. You have to be the man on the corner with the spinny sign. We need to engage these people, right? So what I'm going to do here, again, I run GroupTrack. It gives me these little options now that overlay. And so for example, Jada, I haven't done anything with her. She likes my business page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add her to GroupTrack. Sometimes when I'm sharing my screen, it goes slow. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up her little system and look, what you guys are going to notice is I've got a little bit of different stages for this group. And then what I'm going to do, sometimes we like to go really slow when I'm on Zoom. So stand by. All right. So what I'm going to do is I normally, if I wasn't on a live call, right, I'd check to see, are we actually friends? But in this case, she liked my business page for Drive Performance Coaching. So I'm going to stick her in the stage that says, thank you for liking my business page. And that is going to prompt a message to go out to her. We're going to talk about triggers in just a moment. But notice what's happening, right? I'm now going to send her a message that says, hey, Jada, again, guys, that pulled it in automatically. Thank you for liking my business page. This is what we do. How can we support one another? Send, right? I'm starting to nudge you. This message is the little guy spinning the sign saying, like, you just drove by my business. I'd like you to come inside my store, right? So I'm going to message this person and start connecting to see, is there a way that we can support one another, right? My goal is to take you from liking my business page to joining my Facebook group, meaning you come on inside my store, right? Because if you're in my store, I'm certain you're yellow. Like, you're getting yellower and yellower the more you go through my like sales funnel, right? Okay. Is this helpful so far? Are we liking this? I can't see the comments. I have no idea if we're tracking, but how's it going, Javier?
Yeah, no, it's going great. It's going great. This is a really good refresher for me. I'm like, oh, I gotta use GroupTrack even more.
Yes,
awesome.
so good. Awesome.
Yeah.
So the other place, guys, that I want you to be thinking about in terms of a community is your groups, right? And we're talking about your groups right now. The beautiful thing about having your own communities, you get to make the rules, right? You get to ask questions when they enter. You get to find out about them. You get to post your own content. You literally get to do whatever it is that you want in the group. Now, the way that we teach people to manage their group is this idea. Think about your group as a business, right? It is a brick and mortar business. When you walk into someone's store, whether it be a gym, a yoga studio, a wellness facility, like whatever, right? A grocery store, maybe not a grocery store, but any other building, right? Someone is there and they're like, hey, welcome to my store. And then they say the name of the store, right? And then they're like, hey, what are you here for? And you tell them, right, as the consumer. So for example, someone walks into my retail store, they're going to say, hey, welcome in. What do you, how can I help you? And if they say, oh, I'm looking for a black dress. Well, guess what? I'm not just going to be like, here, walk over to the checkout stand. Here's the link to buy a black dress. That's weird, right? We would ask them questions. We would say, oh, cool. What kind of occasion is it for? Is it fancy? Do you want casual? What kind of cut do you like? What fit do you like? Oh, you want a long dress, not a short dress. Okay. And then we would walk them over to the section in our store, which has the black dresses, right? We wouldn't just be like, oh, okay, go buy my thing. Guys, people do this all the time in social media selling. You're like, oh, you have a health problem? Here, buy my course. No, ask more questions, right? We need to uncover their needs. And so as they come into our store, we're getting that information and we're directing them into specific places within the community that's going to serve them, right? And then guess what? If we give them a bunch of dresses to try on, do we then just be like, let them go? No, we would come back and say, hey, how did the dresses fit? What did you think? Oh, you didn't like that one? Do you want me to get you a different one? Oh, wait, you want a blue dress now? Oh, okay, that's over here. Let me walk you over to this section of the store, right? We would follow up with them. We would not just expect them to do all the things and walk themselves to the checkout. We would be their concierge. Same idea. This is exactly how we teach you to run your Facebook community. Uncover their needs, drive them to the content that they need to hear in order for them to convert, right? And so your own Facebook community, the beautiful thing is you can strategically set it up so that it is so nailed down so that either you or your team can walk them through your rinse and repeat process to give them the most amazing experience, nudge them along, because again, they're not going to do it themselves. We have to really bring them through the process. And those are the people that are going to convert. Now, again, we're going to do this using GroupTrack because imagine, I don't know how many members you guys have in your group, whether it's 200, 2,000, or we've even got a client with 250,000 people in their group. I can't even imagine. It doesn't matter what size of your group is, you'll still get overwhelmed by the conversations and like, ooh, did she tell me black dress or did she want a fish? Like, I don't know, right? Like you can't remember. It's really hard to manage all the things. And so we need that system to be able to put that information in and jog our memories and keep us moving. Okay. So communities, we're going to use our friends list, who likes our business page, and our Facebook group. Those are amazing communities that we own that we can really utilize. Okay. I'll show you just one really quick thing using GroupTrack for your groups. If you are, asking entry questions when people come into your group, which we highly, highly recommend, there's so many strategic things that you can put in terms of what your questions are in order to really jumpstart that conversation and get the conversion to happen a lot faster. But remember, guys, if you click that little approve button, just using Facebook, all those answers they give you to the entry questions disappear, right? It's like, no. And so what we see a lot of people doing is they'll hire a VA to simply copy the entry people, the people who are pending, and copy and paste their answers into a spreadsheet. So I want to just play this out for a moment. Let's say you found a VA for $10 a day, which good luck if we can actually do that, right? But let's just assume $10 a day to simply go to your pending requests, copy the people, copy their answers, and paste it in a spreadsheet. It would cost you $300 a month just for that one thing, okay? GroupTrack is half that price, actually more than half that price, right? Or less, I don't know, whatever, way cheaper is what I'm trying to say. You guys get the picture, right? And does 50,000 times more the things, right? So what's really cool about GroupTrack is if you approve them into your group using our tool, not only will they be added to the group, but they'll be added to GroupTrack. Their questions and answers are captured. And if you integrate GroupTrack with an emailer, then what will happen is the minute you click approve, they can go into your email system and receive an email from you that's like, welcome to the group. Here's what you can expect, right? So that we're approaching our lead not only from the group in the DMs, but also in email. So we're really surrounding that person, all different places, different platforms, different angles, so that we can make sure to get in front of them and give them amazing support, okay? So groups are amazing. All right, so let's talk about the next strategy, which is still really using people's communities, but not yours, using other people's communities. I will tell you guys, this is literally how I grew my first business. I did not do a single ad. I didn't even do affiliate. People just let me in their group. I don't know why they did, but they were amazing. But if you use other people's communities through power partnerships, it is so amazing because you can get in front of yellow car parking lots of people who are like, what? I need this, right? And so I definitely encourage you guys, if there are people in your space, whether they do something a little bit different, or maybe it's the person that you need to work with their clients right before they're ready for this group, or maybe after. Think about who you can partner with. There's just so many amazing opportunities. And then there's affiliate opportunities as well, right? One of the things we do and we are proud of, and we are not shy about telling you, is we let people who use GroupTrack affiliate, right? Javier is an affiliate. If you guys decide to purchase and use our subscription, we reward Javier for letting us come in front of his community, right? It's a beautiful partnership. And of course, we only let people promote our product if they use it, right? Because we want to make sure that it's the right fit. But such an amazing strategy. And when you think about that strategy, it's so much better than ads, right? Ads are good when you're at a point and you've got the system in place to make sure you're nurturing those leads. But think about it. You only pay the person if they perform and deliver a lead that converts, right? And so it's just such an amazing strategy that we can use other people's audiences, other people's communities. It's really amazing. What you'll see here is just a picture. I pay $97 a month for the ability to go into this Facebook group called Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs, right? It has 350,000 members in that group. So I pay $97 and I get to go once a week and post whatever I want, right? Look at this though, 171 comments, 3,500 views on one video that I did. That is 171 leads of yellow cars that raised their hand and said, I want what you have. Guess what? Every single one of those people, boom, add to GroupTrack. And then they go into my rinse and repeat process. But again, $97 to go into someone else's audience, get in front of my yellow cars, 171 leads, not so bad, right? I think that works out pretty well, especially because I have this system, right? We don't want you guys spending the money to do these things without the strategy and without the system to make sure that you don't lose that 171 people through the cracks. Okay. But it's such an amazing strategy, guys. I highly recommend. And again, there are plenty of communities that will let you in front of their audience for free, right? Really good opportunity. Other thing is, like, you can go and say, okay, wait a minute. Who do my yellow cars follow? Is there an influencer? Is there an author? Is there a, superstar, whatever, right? Where all of my yellow cars hang out? Go there. Follow those people. Start conversations with those people who follow the person, right? Utilize their remarketing strategy. And then the last one I just kind of already talked about was using other people's groups. The more you can get in front of other people's groups, if they have your yellow car, it's beautiful, right? And there's this opportunity to do it and make it very reciprocal. As I said, right? Every single person who direct messages me, even if it's like a horrible cold message, like, hey, do you want to buy my thing that you clearly didn't even look at my like profile to see if it would even make sense for me to buy? I always write back, tell me more about what you sell. Let's see how we can support each other. Oh, by the way, you're clearly using DMs to sell to people, you might need GroupTrack, right? So then we flip it, right? But you guys can do the same thing. I'm sure you guys get DMs like I do, right? Could they use your services? Maybe, but we don't know unless you ask them the right questions, right? And I see so many times where I will talk to clients and they're like, oh my gosh, this girl messaged me and I just told her she needs to go somewhere else. And I'm like, don't do that. Maybe there's an opportunity to partner. What if you could get in front of their audience? You just don't know. So approach it differently. Don't make it be about the sale, but like, how can we work together? And if we can't, that's okay too. But utilizing communities is just such an amazing strategy. All right. And then, like I said, as you bring these people and you get in front of these communities, add them to your pipeline. And here we're just looking at GroupTrack. Okay. All right. Last pillar, until we get into a little bit more of just like the tool itself, is triggering conversations. So a lot of people will say like, okay, but Jenna, I know who my yellow cars are. I know where they hang out, but I don't want to be that like salesy weirdo that's DMing, like cold DMs. And I'm like, okay, good. Please don't be that person. So if you are, it's okay, but we're going to tell you, don't do it anymore, right? So you have this picture here of an ambulance. And my goal is to tell you to not be an ambulance chaser. These are the people, right? It's the lawyer who sits in the hospital, waiting for the person with like the neck brace to come in to be like, hey, do you need some representation, right? You got in a car accident. You guys see this on social media and groups all the time. Someone says, well, I have a problem. And then 50 people are like, I have a solution, I have a solution, I have a solution. And you're just like, oh my God, that's not going to work, right? It's just not going to work. It's not helpful. It makes you feel weird. It makes them feel weird. And it just doesn't convert, right? Instead, and this is like the worst analogy I have, but I don't know how to say it any other way. Instead of chasing the ambulance, we want to cause the car accident. Again, I know that's horrible, but it really is like the perfect analogy. We want to create the trigger that elicits your yellow car to honk, right? We want your yellow car to be like, it's me, I'm your person, I'm your yellow car, without you having to go and be like, are you my yellow car? Like, it's weird, right? So I'm going to walk you guys through a couple strategies of what you can do in order to get your yellow car to honk. And I kind of showed you guys a couple of these using GroupTrack in the training so far, but we're just going to walk through these. Number one, new connections. When someone sends you a friend request, when someone follows your business page, those types of things, those are triggers. I'm going to show you how to message them in a way that's not a weirdo type of way. Call to action posts or strategic posts is what we're going to show you. Another trigger is like if you get a new group member, okay? These give you permission to reach out to these people, but you have to do it in a very strategic way so you're not the salesy weirdo, okay? So number one, and guys, I think I was going to share with you, and I'm sure Javier, I think I gave you the link for this, but I'm going to give you guys some of these chat templates that you guys can use in your business. So he's going to drop a link as kind of my giveaway today. You guys can download a copy, and I'm going to give you kind of the verbiage here that I share with my clients so that you guys can start using it, whether you use it with GroupTrack or not. These are great little chat messages that you can send people that really convert. So let's talk about like, what's the trigger? Trigger equals you get a new friend request. What's the behavior that you're supposed to do right after? Send them the message, right? So you guys saw me, I pulled up my friends list. They sent me the friends request. I sent the message that said, thanks for connecting. Now I want to point out, when I send the message, I'm telling them why I'm messaging them. I said, thanks for connecting, meaning you sent me a friend request and this is why I'm sending you a message, right? And then I move into the question to really spotlight back to them. Same thing, I showed you guys using GroupTrack. When I get a new business, like my message is going to say, it's going to tell them what my trigger was. Thank you for liking my business page, GroupTrack CRM. And then I'm going to use my offer statement to say, this is what we do. Love to learn more about you. Okay. Those two situations trigger permission for you to reach out, but you have to tell them what triggered you. Otherwise, it's weird, right? It's just like, why are we messaging? What's happening? But if you just put this little thing right at the beginning, they're like, oh, yeah, no, I did do that. Okay, this makes sense, right? Another one, as I mentioned, is when they join your Facebook group. That is an amazing trigger. And again, we want to be the concierge. When they come into our community, we want to be the people that are like, hey, welcome to the group. What are you looking for? How can we help you, right? And so again, trigger, you get a new member. Message that you're going to send to them through direct message. Thank you for joining make sure you tell them the name of the group. I can guarantee they're in 5 million groups. They don't even remember which one you're part of, right? Or why you're sending them a message. So be sure to tell them what you do, right? Like, this is what we do in my store. How can we support you, right? And then based on what they tell you, then we drive them to the location in the community that makes sense. Okay. All right. How's this going? Are we good so far? Is this helpful? Any questions that are popping up?
Let's see. If anyone has any questions for Jenna, please go ahead and drop them in the chat. This is amazing. So for those of you that want the chat snippets, just go ahead and put hashtag snippets in the comments, and we'll get you those after we finish up with today's training. All right.
Oh, good. And
hashtag snippets down below. Yeah.
Like, you could not have done this at a better time. And you guys are going to laugh once you know what he just did, because it's like the greatest thing ever. So like, literally, guys, the next thing I was going to tell you is triggering your yellow car to honk their horn using strategic posts. So look at this. Okay. The snippets that I'm about to give you, this is the exact message that I put on my personal profile the other day. I said, want the messengers chats templates we use to sell 56K in 19 days. Hashtag chat below, right? So easy. Speaks to the compelling offer, right? What is the problem I'm solving in this? Or what is the goal I'm helping them achieve? Getting more sales, right? Using the thing that I teach. So easy. So I wrote a very strategic post, and I mean, it's like so dumb. I mean, really, I'm not dumb, but like, duh, I guess should be the word, right? It's nothing genius. It's literally, do you have this goal? Because I have a thing that can help you get it. If that's you, say this, right? I'm asking you straight up to honk your horn if you are a yellow car. And then look, right? 59 people like, love it, or whatever, 426 comments. So guess what? I have 426 yellow cars honking their horn. So what do I do with these people? I stick them in GroupTrack. Now, one of the craziest features about GroupTrack is that we have a tool called Post Tracker, which we're very clear that the name is lame and it does not speak to the crazy value of what it actually does. But let me just give you an overview. So I put this particular post in GroupTrack, ran our tool called Post Tracker. What it did was all those 426 people, it added them to GroupTrack. It automatically liked, loved, or wowed it, right? Their comment, automatically responded to every comment, and then automatically sent the messenger snippet with my lead magnet in it. Crazy, right? So crazy. But again, guys, you can do these strategic posts to get your yellow car to raise their hand. So go back to that compelling offer. What problem does your ideal client have? What goal does your ideal client have? Write a post saying, hey, do you want to solve this problem or do you want to get this goal? I got a thing, right? You can also do it just for trainings. You can see, like, in my Facebook group here, I just said, hey, I'm putting a training on how to have conversations that convert. Do you want me to tag you in the training? Say convert below. And so the reason Javier and I are laughing is because we just did it with you, right? He just took this opportunity to turn this into one of those strategic posts that's like, hey, yellow cars, show yourselves, right? If it's you, we're going to give you this thing. So it just works so well. It's so stinking easy and people do it. That's the crazy thing. Like they will write the exact words you say. No joke. It's pretty amazing because they want the thing and they see the value in it, right? Now, of course, your thing has to be really valuable. But same thing here, right? Literally just say, hey, do you want to come to my training? These 40 people showed me they have a problem I can solve, which is maybe they're not converting their conversations at the level they want, or maybe they have a goal of converting at a higher level. That's something I solve in my coaching program. So again, 40 people raised their hand. Now I know these 40 people are my yellow car because they just honked their horn and said, beep, beep, it's me. I'm right here, right? So easy, okay? So you can do it in your group. You can do it in other people's groups. Again, this is another one. I think I did this in my Facebook group, 100 or 1,000 views, which in a Facebook group, which you might be thinking like, oh, her group must be huge. It's not. I think I have in this group, maybe 2,500 people. It's not huge in comparison to what we see, in terms of large groups. Still, that's a pretty good reach. Why is it getting reach? Because people are following my call to action and writing the thing below, right? And so again, and this is a little bit more strategy, but when you come into my Facebook group, I bring you through a drip series. One of my emails drives you to this particular training in my Facebook group. So I keep feeding the algorithm. So all the time, this post was done in 2020. I still get people writing strategic calendar on it today, right? So it just keeps repurposing, which is so great. But again, right, 265 people said they're your yellow car, raise their hand, add them to GroupTrack, bring them through the process, right? And again, you can see here 171. So it works, okay? So what we want to do to just kind of like wrap this up a little bit, I know I'm like going lightning fast for you guys, is making sure that we use our compelling offer. We're super clear on all of the things, right, that make it compelling to the person who's going to buy. We figure out, okay, this is our compelling offer. This is the person who desperately needs it. Where do those people hang out? Then we go to them. We get in front of them. Then what we do is we trigger conversations. And these conversations, this is truly where the magic is because they're nuanced. We have to really uncover their needs. As I mentioned, when someone comes into your retail store, just because they walk in your store doesn't mean you know what they want to buy or that they're even ready to make a purchase. We cannot assume that, right? And so what you're going to see, at the bottom, right? These are kind of the stages that you would put in your follow-up system, whether it be GroupTrack or a spreadsheet or whatever, right? But what we want you to do is say, okay, rinse and repeat. Every single time I get a new client, or new lead or new group member, I do this, then I move them here, then I move them here, then I move them here. And it is so rinse and repeat so that you don't have to think, okay? So we get them to raise their hand. They say I'm a yellow car. Then we bring them through our rinse and repeat strategy. First thing we need to do is uncover their pain points or their goals. Because again, we should never make an offer to someone unless we actually know that they have a problem we can solve or a goal we can help them accomplish. So we want to uncover their needs. We need to determine if they actually want to get this goal accomplished and when they want to get it done and if they want support in doing so. We're going to connect them to value. Again, so if I'm bringing you, let's say Javier, right? First conversation is, oh, tell me a little bit more about what you're looking to do. Awesome. Okay. Then we're like understanding a little bit more about like, what have you tried? Has that worked? When do you want this accomplished by? And so forth. Then you would be in stage 2 when we're having that portion of the conversation. As soon as I start saying, oh, you know what, Javier, actually, I have a training I just did in my Facebook group last week that is speaking to exactly what you're looking for. I'm going to tag you in that. Now I put you in step 3, right? I'm connecting you to value and to training. And then this should say step 4 actually, or whatever. My numbers are not exactly right here. I'm going to follow up with you. Hey, Javier, did you get a chance to watch that video? What'd you think? Do you have any questions? Do you need me to tag you in a different video? Oh, you want to learn about how to get that implemented? Awesome. Would you like to hop on a call? We can talk about what that looks like. Sales call, right? Like rinse and repeat process, no thinking. But the no thinking part is just bringing them through the steps. You absolutely, and I want to make sure that this is so clear, the automation, not even really automation because it's not automated, but like the systemization allows you to be a human, right? I send probably 40, 50 messages a day. Do I talk to all those people? No, because not everybody responds. But the people who do, once they respond, then I get to be a human. Then I get to have an actual like human conversation and get to know you. But I can't, nor can any of you guys, right, put so much mental and emotional like time, and I mean really time too, in like really focusing on every message you send, because at some point you're going to get burned out. And so we use the tool of GroupTrack to really help us just with the time saving. So when the humans respond, we get to show up as a human as well. So it really, really helps with that. So again, we want to take them from raising their hand into those strategic conversations, and then we're going to do so using GroupTrack. So as you guys can see here, I'm just like in my Facebook group. I'm going to show you an example of kind of what this looks like. Right now, what you have me looking at is just like, who are the members inside of my group? I run GroupTrack, boom, there it is. And here's my process flow, right? And again, it looks different. My process flow is a little bit different depending on what group I'm tracking. But it's just going to kind of populate and so show you like, okay, here's the different stages. Here's the different steps. Gosh, those colors are awful. I really need to change them. Woo. Color coding is available. You get to make this yourself. I'm like, why did I chose these colors? I don't know. But you can see, right? It's pretty simple to just walk people through the process. So I'm going to pause here as I'm just kind of pulling this up, Javier, and see if there's any questions that you want to make sure that I talk about, any features that you want me to talk about, strategy questions, anything at all you guys have top of mind.
Yeah, just want to say this has been amazing. So I'm really enjoying it. And I see a ton of people responded to snippets. So I'll definitely get those snippets out to you by later tonight. So let's see. Does anyone have any questions for Jenna here? I don't see any at the moment.
And what's really cool, just to kind of speak to that, Javier, what he's going to do, you guys, is he's going to add anybody who wants the snippets to his pipeline. And what we can do, which is really cool on our pro tier at GroupTrack, is you can send those message as a bulk message, right? So for example, I'll literally show you my snippet for sending the snippets, right? The little chat, that we're doing. So what I can do, and this is kind of the second component of GroupTrack. So there's an actual web application that syncs real time with the Chrome extension. This is where we kind of set up GroupTrack and all that stuff. But here's all of like my messenger snippets, right? In my opinion, if I'm going to write it once, it's going to be saved as a template because I never want to write it again, right? I'm all about working my business on rinse and repeat, right? And so here's all the things, like literally no joke. I have a gazillion, but here's the messenger snippets, right? And what's really cool about this too, guys. So let's say Javier sends, let's say there's 20 of you who have asked for the snippets. He can like set this up and send it to all 20 of you. And it's just going to go over time while he's like coaching his clients, right? What's really neat about the way we build this too, is that every time the message sends, it alters just a little bit. So you're going to notice it will say like, hi, first name, or the next person might get hello, first name. And then same thing, we vary the text. Thank you for requesting my messenger snippets you can use to do. Here they are. Or the next person might get, so glad you opted into grabbing the messenger snippets and so forth, right? So we build this out very strategically. Now, GroupTrack does not surpass any of Facebook's rules. You have to follow their rules. You can go to Facebook jail for sending too many messages. Like that's still a real thing. But what's really cool about using our bulk message feature is that you set the cadence in which you want the messages to send. So I'm super conservative. I'm like, don't send more than 50 a day and send them every 1 to 3 minutes and take a potty break every hour for 30 minutes, right? Like you can build that into how you send it so that it really actually reduces the ability to go to Facebook jail, which is really, really helpful, right? So all you have to do, right, is find those people, send that message snippet off, and it's, he's not gonna have to retype it, which is crazy amazing.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Any questions? Anything?
Yeah, I don't see any questions yet. I recommend this to every single person who uses Facebook. And I know I don't want to put it out there yet, but I heard that you might be diving into Instagram as well. Is that right?
Yes, we're like 60% done getting
Goodness.
this to integrate with Instagram as well. Yeah, we're
Amazing.
super excited.
That is so exciting, so exciting. And I guess I have a question that I just, because I noticed the linked snippets when you change a stage. So does that also happen automatically when can you set it up so it happens automatically when you approve someone into your group? Can they get a message sent automatically through Messenger?
It's not automatic.
Okay.
And the reason we don't do that, like we very strategic, because there are extensions that do it. The reason we don't is because we want you to pre-approve what goes out, because there are instances where someone comes in your group, and if it were to automatically just send a message, but you've already started a conversation with them, and then they're like, dude, why are you sending me this message? It just looks like body behavior and it looks weird. So that's why we don't. But what you can do is you can, bring them into your group in a bulk. You can add them to the queue in bulk. You can do those things. GroupTrack, we really try to stay away from doing things for you. We want you to tell GroupTrack to do things for you, if that makes sense. Yeah. In fact, no, like fun story. I think we're going to rename it, but we're going to rename it like a human name. So you could be like, go tell Sally to go send these messages, which I just
I love it. I love it. That's so awesome. No, this has been really great. I personally don't have any questions. If anyone has any questions come up after the fact, just if you're watching the replay, just put them in the chat and we'll get them answered for you at some point. But Jenna, I just want to say thank you so much for doing this for our community. I found it valuable, so I know that they did too.
Awesome. Very good. Yeah. And just so you guys know, if you guys want to give it a try, there's a 7-day free trial. You guys can pop in. While you're on our free trial, you get access to all of the features on all of our tiers. And that way you can really kind of figure out, like, is this something I need? Is this something I need? And then pick a tier that makes sense for you based on where you are in your business. The cool thing about GroupTrack is we kind of have tiers that grow with you based on number of contacts and different things like that. The other thing I want to just mention, and this does work with teams. So for example, I don't run both my businesses by myself, or I'd be really losing my mind, right? I have a social seller or community manager in my Facebook group. So what that means is I set up my entire rinse and repeat strategy. Lindsay is the person who does a lot of my messaging. She's my concierge, bringing you to the different locations in my community. And so I build the strategy, I add Lindsay as a team member, and then Lindsay can go do all the things. Now, if Lindsay sends a message from my GroupTrack to you, it will come from Lindsay. It will not come from me. So that's something that's important. But it's like amazing, because guess what, right? If I pay for bulk messaging, like if I'm on tier 3, Lindsay gets it for no extra cost. If you want to like bulk tag people in a Facebook post, Lindsay doesn't have to pay extra for that because she's on my team and I pay for that tier. She gets it. So it like triples, quadruples the amount of, I almost spilled my coffee, amount of work, amount of reach, amount of everything, because we have this team option, which is life-changing, especially if you've got setters, social sellers, VAs. I mean, there's just so many different levels of what people do to support people, but the team thing is just like life-changing. So I wanted to mention that. And then I wanted to mention as well, guys, when you come on board to GroupTrack, if you get a subscription, which you can upgrade, downgrade, switch plans at any time, we want you to get value for your investment. We don't want this to be something that sits on the shelf and doesn't get used, because we know the people who actually use our tool get crazy results. I mean, like crazy results, right? Because they have a strategy and they're working the system. That's the key, right? Like the tool, you buy the tool, you won't get crazy results. You use the tool, we hope you get crazy results, right? In order for us to try to make sure that the value is there for you, we provide a free course that helps onboard you, teaches you how to make your stages, your tags, all the things that are important, create your snippets, all of that. And then we have weekly complimentary coaching calls where either myself or our tech girl, Colleen, will come in and teach you guys how to use the tool, because we understand there's a learning curve and we want to make sure that you guys get value. So we try to like overserve on, giving you guys as much as you need to make sure that you really get results.
Amazing.
So you don't have to worry about the tech. If you're like, oh, tech is terrifying, we got you.
Yeah. Just so much value, so much value. So what I'm going to do for anyone that wants the trial to test out GroupTrack is I'm going to go ahead and get those links to you as well. So I see a few people that commented snippets. I'm going to go ahead and make sure you get those snippets. But if you want a free trial of GroupTrack, I highly recommend you at least test it out. It's going to blow your mind. And like Jenna said, there's a ton of support with the mini course that you get and the weekly coaching calls inside of their group as well. So just go ahead and comment trial. Let's comment trial. Since trial, yeah.
So good.
Yeah, comment trial in the chat, and I will make sure you get that link for you to test out GroupTrack.
So good. And if you guys are not doing the strategies that like Javier and I are kind of doing real time, like say this word if this is you, getting people to honk their horn and reveal like, yeah, I do have that problem, right? Like when we do a masterclass, I'm constantly like, say me if you feel this way. Say this if you want this, right? Like the more micro commitments we can get, not only is it revealing them as a yellow card, but it's also telling themselves, yeah, I am saying I have that problem. Yeah, I am saying I want that. So then when you go make that offer, they've already decided that that is something that they need. So just a little side parting note for you guys in terms of coaching, because I can't help myself. But hopefully this was helpful. And thank you so much, Javier, for having me. I hope your audience gets value. And I have a feeling there are yellow cars. So if you guys want to try it out, we'd love to have you.
Absolutely. So Sarah says, thank you so much. All very helpful. Kimberly, thank you. This has been great. Tiana, this is some great info. Thank you. So everyone, very thankful for you, Jenna. Again, this is awesome. I wasn't expecting this deep dive of a class. So
you gave me full reign. You said
I did.
You do whatever you want, Jenna, and I did.
I'm digging it. No, this is great. This is way more than I was even expecting. So over delivering, and I freaking love it. So thank you all for being here with us tonight. If you, like I said, if you want the snippets, comment snippets. If you want the trial, comment trial. If you want both, comment both, and we'll get them to you. But other than that, I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. And again, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bye, everyone.